Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Test, test, test.
A few minutes away from first pitch of the All-Star game.
Does this sound better? I think I had to turn my mic up a little bit. Testing and testing and more testing. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2017 Futures Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. On the beat, the official broadcasters of tonight's hosts, the Bristol Blues. Tonight, the FCBL, which already boasts some of the best talent in the nation, celebrates and acknowledges the league's brightest stars and top talents, right where many baseball stars of the past have played, here at historic Muzzy Field. Hello again, everyone. My name is Rick Finaro, joined alongside my good buddy and broadcast partner, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro.
What's going on?
Mark, well, we've had this date circled on the calendar since before the season even started, and finally, that date has arrived.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Such an honor. The 6th annual FCBL All-Star Game this year at Muzzy Field. The chance for us to broadcast this game. And ready to go. Only a few minutes away. And we just saw an incredible home run derby with the Bristol Blues' Jason Gonzalez winning it in the final round off of Don Walsh.
A fantastic home run derby. A blast by Jason Gonzalez, who had 15 home runs in the last round, beating the reigning home run derby champion Walsh. And as the managers talk over of the respective East and West divisions, the West has already taken the field, and Mark is going to go through the starting lineup for the Eastern Division All-Stars.
Leading off for the East, second baseman Ted Williams of the Nashua Silver Knights. Hitting second, the shortstop Luke Johnson of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Hitting third, the first baseman Kyle Simon of the Brockton Rocks. Hitting fourth, designated hitter Ryan Sullivan of the Nashua Silver Knights. Hitting fifth in left field, Joe Sylvia, who is representing the Brockton Rocks. Hitting sixth, the catcher Nick Garland of the Brockton Rocks. Hitting seventh in center field, Troy Stefanski of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Hitting eighth at third base, Cam Cook of the Nashua Silver Knights. And hitting ninth in right field of the Seacoast Mavericks, Julian Berry. And on the mound tonight for the East is pitcher Zach Martin of the Brockton Rocks.
And on the other side of the ball, facing him on the mound, the right-hander from the Worcester Bravehearts, Billy DeVito, who's 2-0 on the season with a sparkling 1.78 ERA in 6 games, all of which have been starts. 35 in the third innings. He struck out 38, walked 13, and given up just 26 hits. He's pitched once on this mound at Muzzy Field this season. That was back on June 24th. And the Bravehearts 5-4 lost to the hometown Blues and went 6 in the third innings. Gave up 3 runs on 7 hits and struck out a season-high 11 in that game. And we are just about to get underway here at Muzzy Field in the All-Star game, the first All-Star game in the FCBL to be played at Muzzy Field, and stepping up to the plate. How can you not have an All-Star game without Ted Williams in the crowd?
That's right, and hitting leadoff tonight for the East, leads the FCBL in runs scored with 34, hitting .319 on the season.
We are set to go at Muzzy Field as DeVito, the right-hander, deals a fastball in the outside corner, and we are underway in the 2017 Futures League All-Star game.
You were talking about DeVito, fourth in the league in ERA.
Hit on the ground, right back to DeVito. 2 pitches and 1 out. Starts the night for the Bravehearts right-hander. We'll go around the defense for the West to start the game. Ben Maycock, the Blues left fielder, is out in left. Trevor Johnson is in center. Joe Keiko is in right. Jack Yeffing's at third. The Blues' Jake Frasca is at short. Chris Berry is at second. Greg Koczynski is at first, and behind the plate, Andrew Benet. Righty deals, fastball in the outside corner, and he's thrown 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
And Luke Johnson attends Bucknell, and currently for the Sharks, hitting .270 with 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, and 19 runs scored.
The righty deals, breaking ball, hit him in the back. So breaking ball slipped away from DeVito, and the first base runner is a painful one. It's Luke Johnson as he reaches first on the hit by pitch, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Kyle Simon. Simon, the first baseman from the Brockton Rocks. Johnson leads off first after getting hit by a pitch. 1 on, 1 out. Just underway at Muzzy Field for the 2017 Futures League All-Star game. Pitches high, ball 1 to Simon.
Kyle Simon from Colorado Springs, Colorado, hitting .330 with 5 home runs and 28 RBIs for the Brockton Rocks.
The right-hander DeVito sets the 1-0. That's foul right side out of play, 1-1. And Mark, let's talk a little bit about that home run derby we just witnessed right before this. We were down on the field calling that, and what a display by the hometown guy, Jason Gonzalez.
Yeah, and especially right before the derby, he got informed that he was going to participate due to an injury of Alex Brickman of the Navigators.
And he came in and put a fantastic show up. Hit 12 home runs in the first round. 1-1 pitch in on the ground the second. Let's see if they turn 2. There's 1. Frasca on the other end turns the double play, and DeVito with a double play ends the top of the first. After half inning of play, the East nothing, and the West coming to back here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory, keyword retirement.
We're back on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network, here in the bottom of the first inning of the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game East. Thanks to a double play, did not score a run. Now the Western Division will come up, and Mark has that lineup for the Western Division.
Leading off for the West tonight is third baseman of the Wachusett Dirt Dogs, Jack Gethins. Hitting second from your Bristol Blues shortstop, Jake Frasca. Hitting third, the first baseman, Greg Koczynski from the Worcester Bravehearts. Hitting fourth, the DH, Zach Tower, leads the league in home runs with 11. He is from Wachusett. Hitting fifth and second base is Chris Berry of the Brockton Rocks. Hitting sixth, Joseph Keiko, the right fielder of the Bravehearts. Hitting seventh, also from the Bravehearts, Trevor Johnson. Hitting eighth from your Bristol Blues left fielder, Ben Maycock. And hitting ninth, the catcher from the Wachusett Dirt Dogs, Andrew Benny. And as we saw on the top of the first on the mound is Billy DeVito, pitcher for the Bravehearts. And manager of the West tonight is from the Dirt Dogs, Dan Gianarelli.
And on the mound for the Brockton, from the Brockton Rocks, Getting the start for the East Division is Zach Martin, as Mark said, out of the University of Notre Dame, a freshman there from Plainville, Illinois. 3-2 on the season for the Rocks with a 1.68 ERA. Both starters come in with an ERA sub-2. 8 games, 3 starts, 32 innings pitched. Get this, 48 strikeouts.
Leads the league.
Just 15 walks, 20 hits allowed. He last pitched on July 15th against the Dirt Dogs. Did not get a decision that game, but the Rocks won that game after he went 5 2/3, 1 run, and struck out 7. And now Jack Gething stands in to lead things off for the West Division. Fastball just misses the outside corner. It is 1-0.
Jack Gethins attends Fairfield University from Wallingford, Connecticut, hitting .312 on the season, 3 home runs, 22 RBIs, and also 11 stolen bases.
Fastball inside, 2-0. So he's teammates with fellow Bristol Blue, Mitch Williams.
That's right. Yep.
So count 2-0 on Gethings, the third baseman, and Martin deals inside 3-0. For the All-Star game tonight, we got a 3-man umpiring crew, aside from the usual 2.
Bring out the extra guy.
So we have guys at first and third base, as well, obviously, as the home plate umpire.
So nobody right behind the pitcher's mound tonight.
And it looks like we're going to go an inning at a time. There is a lefty already warming in the West bullpen down the left field line. Fastball strike to Gethings, count 3-1.
Usually in the past FCBL All-Star games, I think that has been the theme, where you see a pitcher only go 1 inning. Try to get everyone involved in this game.
The right-handed Martin deals. That's drilled in the air to right. And this will be caught by the right fielder, Julian Berry. And Gethings retired for the first out. And that'll bring up a Bristol Blue, Jake Frasca.
And you see Jake Frasca tonight wearing 24, not his usual 27 when he plays here at Muzzy Field. Hitting second tonight for the West. 6th annual All-Star game. And the first time the West and the East faced each other back in 2014. The East have won the last 2 meetings.
Swing and a miss, count 0-1.
In
the Blue shortstop.
In 2014, the West defeated the East 4-1. 2 years ago, the East beat the West 4-3. Same score last year. So East have won 2 consecutive All-Star games.
0-1 to Frasca. Fastball high and away, 1-1. Frasca has been the do-it-all guy for the Blues, not only playing a solid shortstop and hitting for power at shortstop, but we've seen him on the mound many times this season for the Blues. He's done a serviceable job. 1-1 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count 1-2.
And he leads the team with 5 home runs.
And we saw a couple really good performances on the mound. He's got a good fastball. I mean, he's got a strong arm at shortstop, so that it would figure that that would translate well on the mound.
And that one outing where he struck out 5 guys in the relief appearance.
1-2 to the shortstop is lined into center field, and that is a base hit, and Jake Frasca picks up the first hit in tonight's All-Star game. He's on with 1 out. And that'll bring up the Bravehearts first baseman, Greg Kocinski.
Kocinski attends Marist, hitting .339 with 7 home runs. He is tied with Chris Berry of the Rocks for 4th most home runs in the league.
1 on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first between the East and West in the All-Star game. As that's popped up high left side. That is going to be the third baseman, Cook, who makes the catch. So Kocinski's retired on 1 pitch. 1 on, 2 out, and that'll bring up the number 4 hitter from the Dirt Dogs, who we saw in the Home Run Derby, Zach Tower.
Zach Tower from Auburn, Massachusetts. Currently number 1 in the league with 11 home runs of the Dirt Dogs, attending Franklin Pierce.
We saw him hit a couple absolute moonshots. I mean, I was afraid they would have to alert the space station up there. Fastball strike 0-1. He almost went Roy Hobbs hitting the light tower.
Yeah, all the participants in the Home Run Derby put on a show.
Jake Frasca at first with 2 out in the bottom of the first. And Tower swings and misses, and the count quickly 0-2.
And on deck is the second baseman, Chris Berry, for the West tonight.
Frasca at first, 2 out, bottom of the first of the 2017 Futures All-Star Game as Tower hits one high in the air, deep center field, but this will be caught by the center fielder Troy Stefanski, and that will do it. So a Frasca single proves harmless for Zach Martin in the first. After an inning of play in the All-Star Game, it's 0-0 as we head to the second on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The C.V. Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. C.V. Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasoninsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
To the top of the second inning we go here at the 2017 All-Star Game from Muzzy Field. No score between the East and West divisions as we start the top of the second.
Wrestling's top indie promotion, Northeast Wrestling, presents Wrestling Under the Stars. This tour comes live to Bristol at historic Muzzy Field on Friday, July 28th. This special event will feature WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, Mr. 619 himself, Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Ron Zombie, the patriotic Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Legursky, Jack Swagger, we the people. The meet and greet with the stars begins at 4:30. Fees do apply. Tickets start at the amazing price of just $10. Purchase tickets at northeastwrestling.com, bristolbluestore.com, or in person at the Bristol Blues retail store.
It's an all-star game, so we already have a pitching change. It will be the lefty Eddie Santiago from the Wachusett Dirt Dogs, who goes to Mitchell College, native of New London, Connecticut. 3-1 on the year in 8 games, 3 starts, 2.13 earned run average. The lefty deals in the dirt. Ball 1 to Ryan Sullivan, the DH. 25 and a third innings for Santiago, 23 strikeouts, just 6 walks, and 22 hits allowed. He last pitched on July 11th against the Blues and got the win in an 8-2 Dirt Dogs win. That's chopped on the ground to third. That's Gethings with the high hop. Throws to first and throws it away. So that would be an E5 on the Gethings throwing error. 1 on, nobody out here in the second, and that'll bring up the left fielder Joe Silva for the East.
Joe Silva from the Brockton Rocks, as Sullivan reaches on first. Top of the second, no score between the East and the West in the 6th annual FCBL All-Star Game.
Lefty on lefty matchup. Santiago deals, and that's popped in the air to left. That will be Ben Maycock in foul territory, making the nice running catch for the first out of the second inning. Nice running grab by Maycock, who we've seen out in the outfield here at Muzzy Field, mostly in right field, who has sneaky speed.
We have seen it a lot, and you say sneaky speed because he leads the Blues in runs scored. And you never think of it with his big size, but we've seen him, like you said, left field, right field, first base a couple of times, so a very versatile player for the Blues as the catcher Nick Garland steps up to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the second.
And I'll bring up Nick Garland, the catcher fouls it at the plate, 0-1, who goes to Central Connecticut, so he's teammates with Tommy Curtin of the Blues. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the second inning of the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. Santiago deals a strike at the knees, and the count 0-2.
And for the Brockton Rocks, Nick Garland hit 2 home runs in their victory on Sunday over the Silver Knights, 6-3.
0-2 the count on the Rocks catcher. Santiago deals, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a breaking ball down in the way. 2 gone. Here in the second, that'll bring up the Martha's Vineyard center fielder, Troy Stefanski.
And teammates with Ben Maycock at UConn from North Stonington, Connecticut, hitting 300 on the season, 3 home runs and 20 RBIs.
Another lefty on lefty matchup. 1 on, 2 out here in the top of the second inning. There's action in the East bullpen down the right field line. That's fouled away left side, and the count 0-1. So it looks like the East will have a new pitcher in the bottom of the second in relief of Zach Martin.
And we'll find out in terms of how much space we'll have in these scorebooks here.
Oh, this is going to severely test our limits tonight.
Where are we going to put all these pitchers?
0-1 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. Does not trickle away far enough for an advance. 1-1.
Well, considering what the weather was last week, Thursday and Friday here in Bristol, and to see tonight, it's gorgeous out there.
Yeah, we haven't had a game here since last Monday. 1-1 pitch, hit on the ground, up the middle. And that will end the inning on a nice play by their second baseman, Chris Berry, who will lead off next inning for the West Division. So Santiago has a clean stop at the second. After an inning and a half here at Muzzy Field, no score between the East and West here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to bristolbeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
To the bottom of the second inning we go here at Muzzy Field in the 2017 All-Star Game with the East and West scoreless.
On the mound now for the East is David Griffin from Curley College. Plays for the Brockton Rocks. As they'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the West, Chris Berry, Joseph Keiko, and Trevor Johnson.
New pitcher for the East is David Griffin out of Curry College, who pitches for the Brockton Rocks, will be a senior there at Curry. And as soon as my computer recovers, we can tell you about Mr. Griffin's stats. The native of Hanover, Massachusetts will face, as Mark said, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the West Division lineup.
And Griffin's record 2-1 on the season, 2.74 ERA, 10 appearances, 1 start, and 19 2/3 innings. Check this out, 30 punch-outs.
That seems to be good.
I think so. A lot of these guys, a lot more strikeouts than innings pitched.
Well, that's why they're here. Pitch to Berry is a strike. 0-1 who made a nice play to end the top of the second inning.
And Chris Berry is currently tied with Greg Kosinski of the Bravehearts with 7 home runs, which is 4th in the league.
0-1, breaking ball down and away, 1-1.
Berry from the University of North Florida, hitting .310 with 7 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 27 runs scored.
And Berry laces one in the air to deep left center field. That will be tracked down and caught by the left fielder Joe Silva. Went away in the second. Now to bring up the UNH outfielder, the powerful Joe Keiko.
The Charger, who we saw in the home run derby a few hours ago, from Hopedale, Massachusetts, right now in the FCBL, 3rd in home runs and 2nd with 33 RBIs.
Takes one low for ball 1.
And the only reason why he's 2nd in RBIs is because of what Alex Brickman did last week.
Count out 2-0 on Keiko. Keiko hit 6 home runs in the home run derby. He started off the derby. Did not make it to the final 2. Pitches high and away 3-0. We've seen him put on a lot of displays here at Muzzy Field. Swinging on 3-0. Tried to hit a long ball in the All-Star game, but swung right through it in the count 3-1.
Probably see that a lot, I bet. A lot of 3-0 counts, these hitters being aggressive and swinging at that pitch.
3-1, outside ball 4. So Keiko works a walk to lead off the bottom of the second. 1 on, nobody out. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Trevor Johnson.
So Keiko on first. As you said, Trevor Johnson on deck, or at the plate right now. Teammates with Joseph Keiko, attending Dartmouth, hitting .315 for the Bravehearts.
That's fouled away. I misspoke. It's a 1-out walk by Keiko, so 1 on, 1 out. Johnson down on the count 0-1 after a foul ball.
Johnson from Rye, New York. 1 home run, 18 RBIs, 8 stolen bases.
Griffin deals. Fastball, good fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. On deck is the Bristol Blue, Ben Maka. And Johnson now heading the count 2-1.
In the second half of the FCBL kicks off on Thursday. Exciting second half of action.
1-2, swing and a miss. Johnson goes down on strikes, a backup slider. So 2 gone here in the second. That'll bring up the Bristol Blue, Ben Maycock.
Gets a nice round of ovation from the fans here. From Newington, Connecticut, like we mentioned before, leads the Blues in RBIs with 18 and with 21 runs scored.
We saw him in the home run derby as well.
Couple shots in right field. Definitely a pull hitter.
He hit one, I would say probably about halfway up the foul pole. Excuse me, halfway up the light tower in right field as he takes down low 1-0. Was not able, unfortunately, to make it an all Bristol affair in the final round.
That would have been something.
I'm sure, though, he was happy for his teammate Gonzalez. That's fouled away over our heads. And the count 1-1.
It's so amazing, though, especially originally Brickman was supposed to be in the home run derby. We talked about the week he had previously, 18 RBIs over 8-game stretch, but couldn't participate because of injury. Gonzalez steps in and wins the whole thing.
Unbelievable. Runner goes. That's in on the ground up the middle. It will sneak through into center field for a base hit. On his way to third is Keiko. And the West has runners on first and third, 2 out. And they have the first scoring opportunity chance. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Andrew Benet.
How about that? 2 hits, both from the Bristol Blues. Frasca in the first, and now Maycock with a big 2-out hit there. So Keiko's on third, Maycock at first, and we'll see here if the West can get on the board early.
Runners on the corners, 2 out. Those Bristol Blues guys, man, they know how to start a rally.
And especially here. How fitting.
The catcher, Penny, at the plate, takes a breaking ball high on the first pitch, count 1-0.
On the season, hitting .286 for the Dirt Dogs with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs.
Pennsylvania native ahead in the count 1-0 with runners on first and third. That's fouled straight back, count 1-1. Game started a little past 7:40, around 7:43. Was scheduled to start around 7:15. Home run derby ran just a tad long, and they had to get the field all ready. Everybody had to warm up. And, of course, had the player introductions.
National anthem, the whole shebang.
The Blues have certainly had a fantastic, as Maycock goes, that's looped in the air to right, and that will be caught out in right field by Berry for the final out. So the West threatens in the second, put runners on the corners, but do not score. After 2 full innings, no score between the East and West in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. Here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential, help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, Work It. Let Work It help you.
Welcome back to the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. To the top of the third inning we go here at Muzzy Field. No score between the East and West divisions.
Now, during the second half of the FCBL season, If you can't make it over here to Muzzy Field, don't panic because we have a solution for you. You can either watch a live stream of the game on BristolBluesBaseball.com or listen to every home contest on Bristol's Rock Mix The Beat, the official broadcast station of your hometown, Bristol Blues.
One lefty dirt dog relieves another lefty dirt dog. It's the lefty John Gagetskis out of Windsor, Connecticut, who goes to Westfield State University. He'll take over on the mound on the season 3-2 with a 3.16 earned run average in 6 games, all of which have been starts. 31 in the third innings, 36 strikeouts. He's walked 10 and allowed 24 hits. He last pitched on July 10th against the Navigators. Took the loss in that game, although no fault of his own. Went 5 innings, 2 runs, only 1 of which was earned. 2 hits, 3 walks, and he struck out 5.
And coming up for the East to lead off the top of the third is Cam Cook, the third baseman from the Nashua Silver Knights, hitting .400 on the season with 24 RBIs. And last night was 3 for 6 in their victory over the Dirt Dogs, 7-6.
The Nashua third baseman Cam Cook will lead things off 8, 9, and 1. Breaking ball low, 1-0.
And you know what about Cam Cook? Currently leads the FCBL on average, hitting .400 and 140 at-bats.
Yeah, I know there's a guy named Ted Williams in this lineup, but swing and a miss, 1-1.
Top of third, no score.
We've seen Gagetskis here at Muzzy Field one other time. His first start of the season, actually, on June 9th. Pitches down and in ball 2. That was in game 2 of a doubleheader here at Muzzy Field. He took the loss in that game. Went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned. Swing and the miss of the ball in the dirt. Good curveball on the count, 2-2. Two and two the count on Cam Cook. Right-handed hitter against a lefty pitcher, 2-2. Little half swing and fouls it over the east dugout on first base side, and the count's still 2-2.
A lot of pitchers representing the Dirt Dogs tonight.
That's 2 so far out of 4 they have on the roster for pitchers. 2-2. Hit on the ground to second. Nice, easy hop for Barry. He throws out Cook for the first out of the third inning.
Now stepping up to the plate, Julian Barry, the right fielder from the Seacoast Mavericks, who is celebrating his 20th birthday today.
Nice way to celebrate a 20th birthday. An all-star game getting the start. So happy birthday to Julian Barry. You've seen maybe a couple catches out in right field. Breaking ball high, 1-0.
He's an Ivy Leaguer from Columbia, hitting .296 with 1 home run and 18 RBIs, and 11 doubles for the Mavericks.
Gagetskis down in the count, 1-0. Pitch high with a fastball, 2-0. I looked down both rosters last night. A lot of Ivy League guys in this All-Star game.
Yes, we do.
I think if I counted correctly, which that's dubious, count 2 and 1. I did not get into broadcasting the count. I let the computers count for me.
Of course, they have Chris Davis of the Blues.
It's 4 Ivy Leaguers between the 2 rosters, which is a pretty good number. 2 and 1. Swing and a miss, 2 and 2. We have a Columbia, as you said, with Barry. Princeton, Chris Davis representing Princeton. Dartmouth, and Penn. So 4 Ivy League schools represented. None of the local ones, though, in Yale and Harvard. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. He chased that one for strike 3. The throw to first will not complete the play, as the ball in the dirt from Benny was thrown past Kocinski at first base. So the strikeout is recorded, but no out is recorded. As Barry's at first, 1 out. Give Gagetskis a strikeout. So 1 on, 1 out. We go back to the top of the order. And Ted Williams.
And Ted Williams getting a second at bat here. Back in the first. Ground out to the pitcher, Billy DeVito.
popped in the air left side, foul, and into the bleachers, 0-1.
It just seems like these pitchers tonight, Rick, we're going to see a pitcher's duel throughout the whole game. With all the stats that we have talked about with these pitchers striking out guys left and right. Now, these hitters are good, but especially with the best of the best, could see a low-scoring game.
Well, you can't get used to a pitcher and see what he's doing over the course of a game when you have pitchers coming in and throwing one inning. That's chopped down around to first. Nice play by Kocinski. Goes to Frasca, one, throw back to first, not in time. So a nice pick by Kocinski. Gets the lead runner at second. Williams replaces Barry at first. 1 on, 2 out, and that will bring up Luke Johnson.
That was a great play over there by Kocinski, though. Nice snag through the second. Can't get the double play, but now 2 outs as Luke Johnson steps up to the plate. The shortstop got hit by a pitch back in the first.
So when you're facing people every inning, you're facing a new pitcher. That's tough on hitters. Breaking ball low, 1-0. We saw that in the Major League All-Star game. Not a lot of offense last week. Now, in the Major League All-Star game, we don't have guys in this game throwing 100 miles an hour consistently or throwing a nasty Dylan Betances slider.
That was a 2-1 final, right, with Cano's home run?
It was. 1-0 pitch. Bat goes flying, and that one looked like it was heading towards Zach Tower, who just leapt out of the way at the last second. So the bat hits the tower. Count 1-1 on Johnson.
All those fans breathing a sigh of relief. Don't want to see that guy go down in the second half.
No. On first is Williams, reached on a fielder's choice with 2 out in the top of the third inning. Gagetskis sets at the belt. A long set, now delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball, nice pitch on the inside corner. And Johnson down in the count 1-2.
And on deck, first baseman Kyle Simon, who hit into that double play.
Right now, nobody warming in the East bullpen. So maybe Griffin comes out for another inning. 1-2, the runner goes. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gagetskis. 2.5 innings in the books here at Muzzy Field. No score between the East and West in the 2017 All-Star Game here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagny at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody, that's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagny.
We go to the bottom of the third inning here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. No score between the East and West in the 2017 Futures League All-Star Game.
Still no score. And no hits for the East as well.
New pitcher for the East All-Stars is the lefty Mike McCaffrey from the Brockton Rocks. Native of Warwick, Rhode Island, out of Wesleyan University, right here in Connecticut. McCaffrey on the season, 2-1, 1.45 earned run average, 7 games, 2 starts, 2 saves in 24 2/3 innings. He has struck out 34, so over 10 strikeouts per innings pitched. More strikeouts than innings pitched, 11 walks, 10 hits allowed. His last outing came on July 15th against the Dirt Dogs, went 2 scoreless innings and got the save in that game, and he struck out 4.
And speaking of the Dirt Dogs, leading off for the West this inning, playing third base tonight is Jack Gethens, who popped out to right field in his first at-bat in the bottom of the first.
While we have a moment, I'd like to thank everybody around the league who may not be Blues fans who have tuned in to us for the first time tonight.
Welcome.
Hope you're enjoying the broadcast and enjoying this All-Star game so far. Once again, I'm Rick Finaro alongside my good buddy, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro.
Yes, sir.
First pitch to Gethings, a fastball on the outside corner 0-1. It's been a wonderful day here in Bristol.
It has. Everything started early with a 3 o'clock with the Fan Fest.
And we walked in, 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, nice pitch, and Gethings quickly down the count 0-2.
Nice performance.
A live jazz band. Of course, when you have a team named the Blues, you got to have people playing jazz music, little lounge music outside. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a big breaking ball. Gethings down on strikes, throw to first to complete the play is made. So a strikeout of Gethings, put out goes 2-3. One out in the bottom of the third, and that'll bring up the Bristol Blues shortstop, Jake Frasca.
One of 6 Bristol Blues here tonight. We all checked out that All-Star Selection show back on Friday, July 14th. We had Ben Maycock, Chris Davis, the fan vote, Mitch Gilmet. Jake Frasca was up right now, and the 2 pitchers, Jacob Wallace and Tommy Curtin.
And if the West has the lead late, swing and a miss by Frasco on 1 on a fastball. If the West has the lead late in the game, I have a feeling we might see the right-hander from Bristol come into the game in Mr. Kurt.
Oh, yeah, especially here, too.
0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2, and McCaffrey has come out, thrown 5 pitches, 5 strikes. Lefty on righty matchup. Frasco waits the 0-2. On the inside corner, strike 3. Don't look like Frasco liked the call. So 6 pitches, 6 strikes for McCaffrey, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Greg Kocinski.
Back-to-back strikeouts, Gethins and Frasca there are looking. So now 2 outs. Greg Kocinski steps up, who popped out in his first at-bat to third base.
McCaffrey deals, swing and a miss, 0-1. That's 7 for 7 now. Lefty on lefty matchup. The Rocks lefty against the Bravehearts left-handed hitter. Swing and a miss, 0-2. 8 pitches, 8 strikes.
Can he do 9 for 9?
We may see an immaculate inning here. McCaffrey sets the 0-2 in the dirt, did not get it a chase, so it's 1-2, so we will not see the immaculate inning.
And on deck, we'll see Zach Tower. We'll see if any effect getting hit over there in foul territory.
Yeah, I know Pedro Martinez threw an immaculate inning. Now, I don't think that was an all-star game. They did have a dominant all-star game. 1-2 was outside 2-2. That was not an all-star game. He did that.
And I don't believe so, no. And that 1999 all-star game we mentioned on the broadcast.
99. One of the best all-star games in recent memory. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, sorry, fouled at the plate. Just got a piece, did Kocinski. So the count remains 2-2.
And for everyone who might be tuning in for the first time, listening to a Bristol Blues broadcast next inning.
Oh, you're in for a real treat, folks.
On this date in baseball history.
You're in for a real treat. We'll debate some Hall of Fame merits like we usually do. It's going to be fun. 2-2 pitch. Hit high in the air to right. That is going to be Julian Berry making the call on the catch in a 1-2-3 inning for Mike McCaffrey in the third. We're a third of the way through the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game, and it's scoreless here at Muzzy Field. On the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
To the top of the fourth inning, we go here at Muzzy Field in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. No score between the East and West Division. New pitcher for the West is Brian Auerbach. No relation to Red as far as we know. Although this is New England, you never know. Auerbach pitches for the Worcester Bravehearts. Native of Palm Harbor, Florida, from Rollins College, is 1-0 on the season, 2.45 earned run average, 6 games, 1 start, 22 innings, 31 strikeouts, just 2 walks, 23 hits allowed. He last pitched on July 9th against the Suns. Went 5 1/3 innings in that one. 2 runs, 7 hits, and a season high 12 strikeouts.
On this day in baseball history,
All-Star edition. I'm so excited.
we'll go back to 1927. The Georgia Peach, Ty Cobb, became the first player to collect 4,000 hits. The 40-year-old A's outfielder doubled in the first inning off of former Tigers teammate Sam Gibson. Detroit defeated Philadelphia by a final score of 5-3.
4,000 hits. That's a boatload.
And I'll get to the next two very shortly, and one of them ties into Ty Cobb. So a little hint there.
Nice segue there. Ties into tie. Speaking of tie, we're tied as we start the top of the 4th inning between the East and West. Auerbach deals, fouled straight back. Kyle Simon, the East first baseman, banged into a double play to end the 1st inning. He is at the plate, down in the count 0-1.
Kyle Simon from Palm Beach Atlantic hit into a double play in the 1st.
Right-hander Auerbach deals. Good breaking ball, swing and a miss. And Simon down on the count 0-2.
In the East, still looking for his first hit.
They've had 2 base runners. Excuse me, 3 base runners. 0-2. Fastball just misses the outside corner, 1-2. Luke Johnson was hit by a pitch in the 1st. Ryan Sullivan reached on an E5 in the 2nd. Julian Berry struck out but reached on a throwing error by the catcher as Simon goes down on strikes on a fastball, 1 away.
37 years later, in 1964 at Crosley Field, Pete Rose hit his first and ever grand slam for the Reds in their 14-3 victory over the Phillies. Charlie Hustle's grand salami came off of Phillies pitcher Dallas Green. The 3-time World Series champ broke Ty Cobb's all-time hit record in 1985. The hit king ended up with 4,256 career hits.
Breaking ball down and away to Sullivan, 1-0.
See what I did there? Tying everything
I see
together?
how you did it. You tied that in very nicely.
I got one more to go.
And not only that, but a person who would eventually become a big league manager in Dallas Green. Fastball outside, 2-0.
And he passed away recently, I believe a few months ago.
Last offseason.
Yeah.
Managed for a lot of teams. Phillies. Yankee manager at one point during the George Steinbrenner era. That's it on the ground into left field for a base hit. Ryan Sullivan picks up the first hit of the game for the Eastern Division. It comes with 1 out here in the 4th. 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Joe Silva, the left fielder.
And back in 1999 on Yogi Berra Day at Yankee Stadium, David Cone became the 16th pitcher to throw a perfect game. The Yankees shut out the Montreal Expos 6-0. The 5-time World Series champion threw only 88 pitches. 68 of them were for strikes. During the pregame ceremony, who threw out the first pitch to Yogi Berra? Of course, Don Larson.
First pitch to Silva is hit in the air to deep right field. Could we have some runs on the board? Yes! Say goodbye. Joe Silva with a 2-run home run to straightaway right field over the Babe Ruth sign out in right field. And the East strikes first. They lead it 2-0.
It always comes after that first hit of the game from a team, which in this case was Ryan Sullivan. The next man follows Silva with a home run, and just like that, 2-0 East here in the 4th.
Fitting after the home run derby that we saw earlier that the first runs of this game come via the home run. Joe Silva from Arlington Heights, Illinois. That's hit in the air to center. Nick Garland will fly out to center for the 2nd out. Silva for the Rocks has 2 home runs this season. Now can add a All-Star game home run to his season.
And now the only reason why I said of course in terms of Don Larson throwing out the first pitch to Yogi Berra that day was because we all go back to that World Series perfect game back in 1956. Yogi Berra was the catcher and Don Larson was the pitcher.
Here's Troy Stefanski, the East center fielder. Auerbach deal, swing and a miss, 0-1. And not only being Yogi Berra Day and having Don Larson there, but Yogi Berra, of course, wore number 8, and the fact that David Cohn threw 88 pitches to get through that game.
Ah, that's right.
0-1, fastball high, 1-1.
It's just all gels together.
Like magic. One and 1 the count on Stefanski. Breaking ball just misses the outside corner. 2-1.
You would think these players who started tonight for both teams to get 2 at bats, then we'll probably see some changes coming up.
2-1 down low and in. 3-1.
Especially for Sylvia to go out with a bang like that with a home run.
I'd want to sit down after that. Have that my All-Star game end there. Count 3-1 on Stefanski. On deck is Cam Cook. Auerbach deals, fouled away in the count full, 3-2.
And Cam Cook in his first at bat, ground out to second baseman Chris Berry. Last inning.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-0. East Division leads it. Auerbach deals, breaking ball down, low ball 4. So Stefanski extends the inning with a 2-out walk, 1 on, 2 out. And that'll bring the aforementioned Cook.
The man who leads the league in average, batting .400. Had a few hits yesterday. And now steps up here in the top of the 4th, 2-0 East lead, thanks to the home run by the left fielder, Joe Silva.
Stefanski leads off first. Auerbach deals. That's looped into right field, and that will get down for a base hit. Going first to third, or trying to, as Stefanski. Throw comes into third. He is out at third. A strong throw by the right fielder, Joe Keiko, nails Stefanski trying to go to third, and that will do it. But the East does take the lead on the 2-run home run by Joe Silva. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 East, here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunxus Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
To the bottom of the 4th inning we go here at Muzzy Field in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. New pitcher for the Eastern Division is Luke Dawson, the junior out of Bentley University from the Seacoast Mavericks. Also a new catcher in the game, again for the Seacoast Mavericks, that's Michael Goodrich out of Trinity University. So, a couple of Seacoast Mavericks battery for the East here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Makes sense. Have that familiarity. So we were correct in terms of 2 at-bats for Garland. His night's over. And people may not realize the first half of the season ended last night with the Dirt Dogs' 6-7 loss to the Silver Knights, and the man who's stepping up right now is Zach Tower, who participated in the Home Run Derby tonight, hit his 11th of the season in that loss. So again, Dawson on the mound, Goodrich behind the plate, 2-0 East lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
Dawson on the season 4-1 for the Mavericks. 3.42 earned run average, 9 games, 6 starts, 42 innings pitched, 43 strikeouts, 11 walks, 41 hits allowed. Last pitched on July 15th against the Bravehearts, went 2 innings in that game, allowed a run, 1 walk, and struck out 3. He'll face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the West, Zach Tower, Chris Berry, and Joe Keiko.
On the season, Tower, 11 home runs, 27 RBIs, hitting .322.
Pitches down low. Excuse me, swung and a missed on 1-1. Tower flied out his first time up. Beautiful sunset right now at Muzzy Field. The sun is just hitting the clouds just perfectly.
That sun wasn't as bad tonight. as we have been here previous times before.
I'll tell that's all to the weight I lost from standing out under it today. It was very warm out today, but during the home run derby, some clouds rolled in. Right now, the skies are parting. It's a beautiful sunset. 0-1. Tower, the deep drive to center field. This, though, will be tracked down out in center by Troy Stefanski, one away here in the fourth.
And now stepping up, Chris Berry. With his first at bat back in the second, popped out to left fielder.
And Tower's done his best tonight to try to take one out to center. Twice he's hit one to deep center. This one even farther than the first fly out to center.
Had a home run in back-to-back games to end the first half.
I imagine playing in the same day, playing the All-Star game the same day as the home run derby is pretty tiring. Fastball strike 0-1.
Oh, it is. It takes a toll on you for sure. Especially those 3 minutes, the timeouts.
I mean, you're really muscling up there to try to get some out. 0-1, breaking ball outside, 1-1. Now, it's a park, Muzzy Field, I'd say it's a pretty fair park. I mean, the walls are high, so you have to hit one high to get one out of here. 1-1, fastball outside corner 1-2. It's 338 down the line and left, 326 down the line and right, 402 out to straightaway center.
We saw Jason Gonzalez hit that home run over the scoreboard in the home run derby.
1-2 is in the dirt as Berry takes low, 2-2. In the alleys here at Muzzy Field, about 350, 360. Probably closer to 360. I would say pretty fair park.
Yeah.
It doesn't really lean, I would say, one way or the other. Swing and a miss. Berry goes down on strikes. 2 gone here in the fourth. That'll bring up Joe Keiko, who walked his first time up.
And we saw him make that great throw last inning from right field, getting out the last runner and keeping that lead or that deficit at 2.
Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we saw Keiko pitch here.
I believe he did make an appearance. Yeah.
Now, I know he warmed up. I remember seeing him warm up one game. I don't know if he actually came in as he rips one on the ground to second. But Keiko is retired, a 1-2-3 inning for the Bentley right-hander Luke Dawson. After 4 full, it's 2-0 East over West in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues player of the game. Then head over to The Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the player of the game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
To the top of the 5th inning we go here at Muzzy Field. On the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game, new pitcher for the West, it'll be Mike Damaris from Adelphi University, a junior, who plays for the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Damaris, the native of East Islip, New York, 0-1 on the season. Check out this ERA, .98.
Wow.
16 games pitched, 18 in the 3rd innings, 25 strikeouts, 7 walks, 17 hits. He last pitched yesterday against the Silver Knights, went an inning in the 3rd and gave up a hit in the Dirt Dogs 7-6 loss to the Silver Knights.
Of course, not eligible for the ERA lead just yet, but when you have those numbers, that's pretty good for the Dirt Dogs, who, by the way, right now are in first place in the West with a record of 20-16, 40 points in the FCBL. When you look at both standings, everything's so jam-packed together. The Bristol Blues not too far behind the West, only trailed them by 4 points. And in the East is being led by the Brockton Rocks, 22-14, the best team in the league with 44 points, and are currently on a 3-game winning streak.
Due up is the 9-1-2 hitters for the East, Julian Berry, Ted Williams, and Luke Johnson. And Mark, you just read those division standings. Let's get your perspective on it. What do you think happens after the All-Star break as we head toward the home stretch of the season?
Well, I think it's going to be almost the same thing we saw in the first half. I don't think you're going to see one of these two teams run away.
Pitches a strike 0-1 to Barry.
Especially we have seen the flow and up and downs of all these teams, how the Blues started off slow and picked up the pace. We saw the Suns start 8-0. And right now they're in third in the West.
As chopped on the ground to second. Throw to first by Chris Berry. Berry grounds out to Berry. Nice combination. Spelled differently. Julian Berry spells it B-U-R-Y. The other Berry spells it B-E-R-R-Y. But Berry to Berry. So one away here in the fifth. That'll bring up Ted Williams.
But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth in the second half. Every team in the league has at least 30 points. So we'll see where the second half is going to be in store, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Breaking ball high. 1-0 from Demarest. It's certainly going to be a very tight race in both divisions. Fouled away 1-1.
And the Silver Knights are in second place in the East with 38 points, overall record of 19-20.
It always seems like one team looks like they're going to pull away with it and then slip back, or another team comes in and plays really well and starts charging if this one's outside 2-1.
Especially with all these games we've seen, a lot of high-scoring affairs. I think you're going to see almost the same we saw in the first half.
2-1 fouled away, 2-2.
A lot of close games, tight in the standings, and it will make it very fun coming those early days of August as the season wraps up on that Sunday, August 6th.
Pitch in the dirt, 3-2 now on Williams. August 6th somehow just, it feels, in my mind, it feels like it's a long way off, but it's not.
I'll be here before you know it.
We're less than 3 weeks away as Williams takes one the other way in the left center field for a base hit. Takes a wide turnaround first, but will hold right there. So stop me if you heard that before. Ted Williams takes a base hit the other way. 1 on, 1 out. And then we'll bring up Luke Johnson. It's a little bit surprising. I thought they might see 2 at-bats and start taking guys out, but they're going with 3 at-bats here, at least for the east side.
Yeah, so far only one change on the east side. Catcher Nick Garland has been relieved by Michael Goodridge of the Seacoast Mavericks from Trinity University in Texas.
Pitch misses, ball 1. Only 24 base runners allowed by Demarest. 1-0 swing and a miss. 1-1. Now you see why he has 25 strikeouts in 18 innings. Has a nice, sharp, tight breaking ball.
This year, the home run derby champion, Jason Gonzalez, now walking in the stands. Giving out some tickets to the fans here. Great crowd.
Probably soaking up some love, too, from the Blues fans. 1-1, breaking ball away 2-1.
We saw his host family here.
They're here.
Tonight.
I know his real family is listening out in California.
They were watching the derby.
And they were very excited for their boy Jason Gonzalez to win the derby. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball inside, 3-1.
We'll see what type of second half Jason Gonzalez has for the Blues.
He's really come on really, really well for the Blues over the past couple weeks. Started off slow after joining the team late from Vanderbilt's run toward the College World Series. 3-1, check swing is fouled at the plate, 3-2. And he's come on and has really hit well. It's got his average almost at 320 now. And for sure has the power.
And you know when that definitely improved for him, his overall game, is when he started to lay out those high fastballs. Because once he did that, everything just fell into place, and we saw that big home run he had a few weeks ago, that 3-run shot deep into left field.
3-2, runner goes, breaking ball down on away, ball 4. So Demarest working himself into a jam here in the fifth. Runners on first and second, 1 out for the East. And I'll bring up the first baseman from Brockton, Kyle Simon.
So the East right here with 2 on. Williams at second, Johnson at first with Simon at the plate, trying to extend this lead. Here in the top of the fifth, Simon is first at bat. 4-6-3 double play, and then struck out in the fourth.
A Silver Knight is at second. A Shark is at first. And a Rock trying to bring them home. Breaking ball strike 0-1. Nobody warming right now in the East bullpen, which is visiting bullpen down the right field line. Blues being part of the Western Division. So it's a home game for the West. Check swing. And he went around the count 0-2.
And Simon's a big reason why the Rocks are in first place in the East with numbers that he has put up in the first half.
Big power bat in the middle of that lineup. Certainly not someone you want to face with 2-1 as Demarest is doing right now. Right-hander bluffs towards second to get Williams back.
And the man on deck, Ryan Sullivan, hit his 10th home run in the victory yesterday over the Dirt Dog, 7-6.
Pitch misses, ball 1. Demarest, the 5th pitcher in 5 innings for the West. Following Billy DeVito, Eddie Santiano, John Gagetskis. Pitch misses inside 2-2. Brian Auerbach and now Demarest.
I'm curious here, if we do get to a 3-2 count, a lot of times when we have been here, a lot of the base runners don't always go when the count is full. But maybe in the All-Star game, will we see that take place? But first, we need a ball 3 here.
2-2, and that hit him. Oh, maybe not. Both runners are heading back. Maybe that hit the bat.
Well, I thought it hit him, but I guess it hit the bat.
Nope. So the count. Three and 2, so that didn't hit anything.
We thought the ball hit him, but now the count is 3-2.
And no, that hits him. So he gets hit by the pitch anyway. So weird sequence there. And the bases are loaded, 1 out for the East. They threaten to break this one open. That'll bring up the DH from the Silver Knights, Ryan Sullivan, who's 1 for 2.
We'll see a mound visit here as we'll see a pitching change with Sullivan at the plate, second in the league with 10 home runs. And for the West, want to keep this deficit at 2.
New pitcher coming in for the West. We'll tell you about him after the break. With the bases loaded for the East here in the 5th inning, here on the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Bristol Blues present Northeast Wrestling live at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut on Friday, July 28th. See Rey Mysterio, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, Jerry Lawler, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Ligursky, Ron Zombie, and more. Autograph signing with the stars before the event. Tickets start at only $10, available now at BristolBluesStore.com, NortheastWrestling.com, or at the Stadium Box Office. See Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, and more live at Muzzy Field in Bristol on Friday, July 28th. Brought to you by Ben & Jerry's of Connecticut.
Welcome back to the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. We're in the middle of the top of the 5th inning. New pitcher for the West is Cody Lawson, who goes to the University of Maine from the Worcester Bravehearts. Native of Bingham, Maine. We've seen Lawson here at Muzzy Field before. His last appearance of the regular season was actually here on July 10th in the Bravehearts 5-4 win over the Blues. Went 2 innings, got the save in that game with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Overall in the season, the right-hander 2-3, 2.84 earned run average in 12 games, 2 saves, 19 innings, a high 33 strikeout total, just 6 walks allowed and 17 hits, and he inherits a bases loaded 1-out jam.
And one of the best power hitters in the league stepping up in Ryan Sullivan, who's been hot of late at the plate. 3 home runs in his last 2 games, attending Southern New Hampshire University.
So the right-hander Mike Demarest, who came in the regular season with a .98 ERA, does not have a good fifth inning as he can't make it out. Only gets one out in the inning, allows a single, a walk, and hits a batter. And he leaves Larson to try to lay down the law here in the top of the fifth inning and try to keep this deficit for the West at 2.
Now, if you're Sullivan here, you're thinking fastball right off the bat with the first pitch.
And see if he can drive it somewhere. Because he's not going to want to lose control of the first batter he faces. So probably thinking fastball. He's probably going to get a good pitch to hit here with nowhere to put him. Larson deals. Now you got a fastball. Hit on the ground the second. Can they turn it? There's one. And there's two. Larson comes in and gets a 4-6-3 double play on one pitch to get out of the jam. And I'm sure Mike Damaris appreciates that. A double play ends the threat for the East. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-0. East leads the West here in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com, ads directory, keyword retirement.
You go to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Muzzy Field in the 2017 All-Star Game. 2-0 East leads the West. Due pitcher for the East. One of those Ivy League guys we talked about earlier from Dartmouth. Austin Michelle, 2-0 on the season, 1.54 ERA, 8 games, 5 starts. Check out these numbers: 40 and 2/3 innings, 44 strikeouts, 7 walks, and just 30 hits allowed. He last pitched on July 15th against the Suns. Excuse me, got the win in that game. Just 1 run on 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 7 innings.
Currently second in the league in strikeouts, as you mentioned, with 44, and second in ERA, 1.54. The righty from South Hamilton, Massachusetts. And again, the East leads 2-0 on that home run by Joe Silva a few innings ago.
New center fielder for the East as well. That's going to be Aldrich DeJong from Florida Atlantic University, who plays for the Brockton Rock, so he takes over in center.
So Trevor Johnson steps up to the plate for the West team, struck out back in the second, as they still trail 2-0 as we enter the bottom of the fifth.
Right-hander Michelle deals, and that's hit in the air to right. Deep, but that looks like it'll be tracked down out in right field. I'm not sure who exactly that is out in right field. That does not look like Julian Berry.
As the Bristol Blue Ben Maycock steps up to the plate. Got a base hit back in the second. Again, we look at the West box score, no runs, 2 hits, both coming from players of the Bristol Blues. Frasca in the first and Maycock in the second.
Michelle deals to Maycock. Good breaking ball, strike 0-1. Trying to figure out who out is in right field for the East right now. Can't see his number all the way from out here. 0-1 pitch, break, fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. To Maycock, breaking ball, line to right field. There's a base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Maycock. He's 2 for 2 in the game. Nice showing in front of the home crowd.
So the Blues with 3 hits from all their players. Frasca Maycog has 2. So you see a pinch hitter here for the West. Kyle Bellew from the Pittsfield Suns, replacing Andrew Bene.
So the pinch hitter comes to the plate. Benny's night is done. Swing and a miss by Bellew. And the count 0-1.
And Benny popped out to right field in his first at-bat in the second. So second catcher now on for the West.
Now, as far as we can tell, that is Philip Clark out in right field, who's listed on the roster as a catcher. He's wearing number 3 out in right field, so I'm assuming that's Clark, unless I'm told otherwise. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball in the dirt. Maycock heading for second base, and he's going to make it standing. And there's that heads-up base running we've seen so many times here at Muzzy Field by Ben Maycock.
Aggressive, a sneaky base runner, as we like to call him. Aggressive on the base pass, and right there gets the second into scoring position. So we'll see here if the West can get on the board and make things a little more interesting here at Muzzy.
Now, it's the 5th inning, and the scorecard will look a little uglier as the game goes on, but it's looking pretty ugly. One and 1 the count, and that's popped up right side, foul territory, and caught for the second out of the inning by the first baseman, Simon. So 2 gone here in the 5th. Runner at second, and that'll bring up Jack Gethings for his 3rd at-bat of the game.
Popped out in his first at-bat to right field in the first, struck on the 3rd. And as you said, his 3rd at-bat right here. With Maycock at second, in the bottom of the 5th, East lead the West 2-0.
Let's see if Maycock's rewarded for his good base running on the pitch in the dirt. Gethings takes a breaking ball low, 1-0. How's your scorecard looking over there?
So far it's okay. Not too bad, but we still got a long way to go. All crossing outs. It was a nice little pen here.
We have the same scorecard. 1-0 pitch is a strike at the knees, 1-1, and our scorecards only have 5 spots for pitchers. So we're already past that.
Might have to use these game highlights we have here. Put it right under there.
Game highlights, too many pitchers. 1-1 the count on the left-handed swing, Gethings, and he hits one high in the air toward right center. That looks like it's DeJong out in center field making the catch. So the West strands Maycock at second base. We're through 5 of the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. It's 2-0 East. Here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The CV Mason Insurance Agency is a local, family-owned, independent insurance agency whose goal is to provide you with the best possible coverage at the best possible price. Their fully licensed staff will provide you the customer service you deserve. CV Mason, 254 Main Street, Bristol, insuring families and businesses since 1883. So rest assured, they aren't going anywhere. 860-583-4127. Online at cvmasoninsurance.com. CV Mason, there when you need them.
To the top of the 6th inning we go here at Muzzy Field. 2-0 East leads the West in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game.
Well, usually we give out a scoreboard for the rest of the games taking place tonight. Well, I figure we look ahead to the second half, which begins on Thursday. 4 games will take place. The North Shore Navigators will host the Seacoast Mavericks at 7 at Frazier Field. The Wachusett Dirt Dogs travel and play the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. That's a 7:05 start there. The Brockton Rocks at Campanelli Stadium will host the Pittsfield Suns at 7:05. And your Bristol Blues will be on the road at Nashua against the Silver Knights. That game is also at 7:05. So everyone playing tonight and all the teammates will get a nice rest and be back in action to kick off the second half on Thursday, July 20th.
So a couple of defensive changes to tell you about. Chris Davis, the Bristol Blue, takes over in center field. Sean Phelan takes over at first base for Craig Koczynski. Sean Phelan from the Pittsfield Suns. So he takes over at first, Davis in center, and that's as far as we can tell the changes. Larson remains in the game, only threw one pitch to get out of the top of the fifth with a bases loaded. Got a double play with one out. Breaking ball low, 1-0.
And that was Zach Smith pinch hitting for the man with the home run back in the fourth, Joe Silva.
Strike and the count 1-1. So remind me who this is again?
Zach Smith
Zach Smith. Thank you, Mark.
of the Pittsfield Suns.
I was trying to write down the defensive changes in my scorecard. Breaking ball low, 2-1.
So we'll have a formula. You'll take care of the defensive responsibilities. I don't worry about who's pinch hitting.
That works.
Well, okay.
I like that system. Now, as far as I know, that is all that is. There's this fastball at the knees, 2-2. Defensively, but time will tell.
All first at-bats coming up this inning. Smith, Goodrich, and Dejan. 5, 6, and 7 for the East.
2-2 pitch, low, 3-2. This game started at 7:43. It's 2 minutes to 9 right now. So the game moving along quickly as we're already in the 6th inning.
It is really fast. Well, that tells you, especially with a pitcher's duel, you'll do that. Only 2 runs thanks to the home run by Silva.
3-2. Larson deals. Tapped foul at the plate. Still 3-2.
So Larson's still on the mound.
And don't forget, if you're in the Bristol area, there's fireworks after the game. So
that's right.
If you're in the area, you might want to come down and take a look. This packed crowd at Muzzy Field is not going to go away as they wait for the fireworks. It'll be the second time we have fireworks at Muzzy this season. 3-2 pitches, low ball 4. So the first at bat for Smith is a walk.
Now stepping up, the catcher from Trinity University in Texas from the Seacoast Mavericks, Michael Goodrich, with Smith on first and Dejan on deck.
Larson deals, breaking ball, good pitch on the outside corner, 1-1. Goodrich on the season hitting .330, 6 home runs, 18 runs batted in 26 games, 97 at-bats. Has 2 home runs over his last 4 games for the Mavericks as he fouls that one back 0-2. Larson, the 6th pitcher of the game for the West Division. And both bullpens are active right now, so the 7th inning and the bottom of this inning will probably see some more changes on the mound. Fastball on the outside corner, and Goodrich goes down staring at that one, so one away here in the 6th. I'll bring up Dejan.
And Dejan from the Brockton Rocks. From Florida Atlantic, hometown Lake Worth, Florida. Hitting .327 on the season, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, as we'll see a pitching change here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. As the scoreboard gets fixed there, 1 out in the top of the 6th.
So Larson done. We'll tell you about the new pitcher on the other side of this break here in the 6th inning on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Sometimes we make mistakes in our lives, and you may require a bail bondsman. Joe from Fernari Bail Bonds will bond you out with fast, professional service. He'll treat you with the respect and dignity you deserve. No bond is too big or too small. So when you're in trouble, give Fernari Bail Bonds a call, and Joe will get you through your most difficult situation. Joe is not only your bail bondsman, he's also your friend. Attorney referrals are available. Call Fernari Bail Bondsman at 860-919-3129. Payment plans are available, and all major credit cards are accepted. Joe's the man to get you out of a jam. Go to bristolbeat.com's ad directory, search keyword bail bonds.
New pitcher for the West, and it's a familiar face. The righty Jacob Wallace of the hometown Bristol Blues, having a really good season out of UConn. The Massachusetts native 0-3 in the season, but that doesn't tell the whole story. 2.29 earned run average of 9 games, 1 start. Has a save, 15 2/3 innings, 17 strikeouts, 8 walks, 11 hits. He last pitched on July 10th here at home against the Bravehearts. Went an inning, struck out 2, walked 2, and allowed a hit.
And you know that one start he made was in a doubleheader. They lost the game 3-0. But Jake Wallace, you know what he did? A complete game. And also has 1 save on the season. That came back on June 10th against the Mavericks. As he comes in here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. East hanging on to a 2-0 lead over the West. As Dejan will step up for the East.
After him is Cam Cook. So Wallace comes in, gets a chance to pitch in front of the home crowd. With a runner at first and 1 out.
We saw 1 Bristol Blues pitcher here right now in Jacob Wallace. And now there's 1 more to go in Tommy Curtin.
So far, 3 members of the Blues have been used in this game. Frasca and Maycock got the starts at short and left, respectively. And now Wallace comes in. They still have, as you said, Tommy Curtin, Mitch Gilmet, and
Davis
Chris
was out there,
Davis.
right?
He's in center field right now. So that's 4 of the 6 Blues who have made it, who have appeared in this game so far.
And a couple days ago, that was a very close race for that final vote between Gilmet and John Friday of the Bravehearts. But Gilmet just got it to represent Team West.
That was very close, probably within 5 percentage points.
Yeah.
But the Blues fans turned out and hitched on to Mitch.
I saw you get that started on Twitter.
I tried to get it started. Didn't catch on like I thought it would. I tried, though. So 1 on, 1 out. Wallace, the right hander with a big leg kick, deals low and in ball 1 to Aldrich DeJong, making his first plate appearance since taking over in center field for Troy Stefanski.
And Cam Cook is on deck, the third baseman tonight for Team East.
1-0 pitch is fouled away 1-1. Righty on lefty, the righty Wallace, the lefty hitting DeJong. With the runner Smith on first, and there he goes. Swing and a miss, throw down to second is way late. So possibly a hit and run there, but it works out for the East. As Smith picks up a stolen base, he's at second base with 1 out.
Now Zach Smith had 3 stolen bases in the first half of the Mavericks from New Canaan, Connecticut. So he's at second. That counts 1 and 2.
A long set by Wallace. He deals. That's hit in the air to center field. Davis coming in, still coming in. And it's Frasca making an over-the-shoulder diving catch from shortstop. What a play by Jake Frasca supporting his Bristol Blues teammate for the second out of the 6th inning.
Those Bristol Blues tonight, everyone contributing left and right, going back to Gonzalez in the derby, Maycock with 2 hits, Frasca with a hit, a great play right there, Wallace on the mound.
It's a Bristol Blues kind of night here at Muzzy Field, like it usually seems to be.
Usually their home success continues even in the All-Star game.
Jason Gonzalez winning the home run derby. So a nice play by Frasca there with an over-the-shoulder grab, and as there is a drone hovering above the field right now. And it keeps soaring higher and higher. Wonder who that belongs to. Hopefully that doesn't come into play. First pitch to Cook is down low for ball 1. This is Cook's third at bat.
Grounded out to second base in the third and single in the fourth. And Philip Clark, the catcher, playing right field on deck for the East.
So that was Clark who took over in right field. We were looking at last inning. Just had to do a double take and seeing a catcher out in right field, but apparently can handle it. 1-0 pitch down on the way 2-0.
And Philip Clark from the Martha's Vineyard Sharks and also from Vanderbilt.
And we saw when the Sharks have come here to Muzzy Field as a ball in the bullpen gets away, Clark has a large contingent that travels to see him.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we're all wearing Clark jerseys.
And if he gets in that bat here or next inning, we'll see how the crowd reacts, especially that little section he has.
Runner on second, 2 out in the 6th inning. East leads the West 2-0. Jacob Wallace trying to get the final 2 outs. He's got one of those final 2 outs. That's it on the ground towards short. Frasca comes in and makes a nice play to support Jacob Wallace 2 times for the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. 5.5 innings into the books in the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. It's 2-0 East over West here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Would you let your child drive a car without taking a class first? Heck no. So don't let them graduate high school unprepared for the real world. This program introduces a student to themselves, unlocking their full potential, help your kids find their gift, leading to a successful life. Classes are available locally and nationwide. Sign up your student today, ages 10 and older. For more information, call 860-309-0182 or visit bristolbeat.com, add directory, keyword, Work It. Let Work It help you.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 2-0 East leads the West in the 2017 All-Star Game. And the new pitcher for the East.
Family reunion.
A little bit of a family reunion. It's Henry Finaro. So I have to support him a little bit in this game. Henry Finaro goes to UMass Lowell, a freshman who plays for the North Shore Navigators, 6'2", 220 pounds. He'll make an appearance on the mound.
Well, just think about that. There's an all-star broadcaster in the booth and an all-star pitcher on the mound.
Jeez, what are the chances of that?
Now, check this out. After tonight, because there is fireworks if you're here at the stadium after the game for the all-star game, there is just one more date for fireworks this season here at Muzzy Field. Mark your calendar. It's a big game. The last game of the regular season, Sunday, August 6th, as the Bristol Blues welcome in the Wachusett Dirt Dogs at 6th. Which will be a big game, you would think, in the standings on that day. A lot of implications for the playoffs, which will be the following week.
New shortstop for the East as well. That's Joey Pena, who takes over at short. Another Navigator who goes to St. Thomas Aquinas. So he takes over at short. The numbers on Finaro, he has much better numbers than I do. 4-0 with a 1.28 ERA in 4 games, 3 of which are starts. 21 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 10 walks, 12 hits. As Jake Frasca fouls that one right side out of play 0-1.
Always happens.
July 12th.
When you make a big play in the field the previous inning, most of the time you're going to come up first in the next half.
Made 2 nice plays. Pitches high 1-1 with a nice over-the-shoulder grab in shallow left center field, or deep shortstop, whatever you want to count that as. And then a nice ground ball play coming on a ground ball, swing and a miss there, 1-2 to get the last out of the inning.
Frasca attends Sacred Heart and is a native of Darien, Connecticut.
And near the shoreline there, 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, just misses inside. 2-2, and Frasca's third up out of the game.
Again, all 3 hits tonight coming from members of the Bristol Blues, including Frasca, who has one of them.
Frasca and Maycock are responsible for the only hits for the West has tonight. That's outside, 3-2.
See a lot of photography going off now.
Getting some pictures of the hometown guys for the scrapbook.
I was like, wait a minute, that's not thunder, right? Or lightning?
Oh, please, no. Not after the past 2 games that got rained out last Thursday and Friday here. Swing and a miss. Frasca chases one outside. So he goes down on a strike. Second time he is struck out in the game. I feel conflicted because Jake Frasca is a Bristol Blue, but Finaro's on the mound.
It's tough.
I'm kind of torn between the 2 here. So 1 away, and then I'll bring up Sean Phelan, one of the Ivy League guys who goes to Penn. That's his first at-bat. Replaced Greg Koczynski in the field at first base.
On the season, Phelan hitting .311 with 2 home runs and 15 RBIs.
2-0 on Phelan.
18 runs scored, 12 walks, 2 stolen bases, and 7 doubles for the Suns.
Zach Tower, the DH, still on deck, so not hitting for him. And then Phelan heading the count 3-0.
Especially if he gets on, you want Tower up. Try to tie the game with 1 swing.
Looks very imposing in that third base batter's, on deck circle. Count 3-1 after Phelan fouls one away.
And of course, on 3-0, you're going to see these hitters swing the bat, especially in the All-Star game.
Well, you want to try to hit one out. You're out there to take pitches and work the count. 3-1 swing and a miss. A big swing there from the left-handed hitter in the count 3-2.
There's no home field scenario for this game.
No.
Which is the way it should be.
Going by record. Or in this league, points. 3-2 on Phelan. Fenaro deals on that breaking ball, came in and hit him. So Phelan reaches on the hit by pitch, and that'll bring up Zach Tower.
We never know, because if you have a game like this tonight, maybe you'll see one of these hitters stop for a second and let the catcher take a picture with the hitter and the umpire, like we saw in this year's All-Star game.
You might see Nelson Cruz. Somebody try to Nelson Cruz it.
Put the phone in the back pocket. Still swinging the bat.
You know, I know it's an All-Star game, and there's likely not going to be much sliding. That's what I was talking about last week. Well, that is a very, as the pitch misses outside 1-0, a very gutsy thing to do.
Oh, that
the
was.
phone in the back pocket and play with that back there. Because if you do have to slide, what do? 1-0 pitch, high fastball, and Tower tried to put that up the light tower and tie this game, but the count 1-1.
Now, it worked out in that scenario in terms of it was Nelson Cruz, who probably wouldn't slide anyway.
Probably.
But still, I know what you mean. Of course. And what did Molina do? I think it was the next half inning, hit the home run and tie the game.
Did. 1-1 count. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second is in time.
Great throw by Goodrich on the money. Second out of the inning. And the count's 1-2.
Count 1-2 after Towers swung and missed through that. The out goes 2-4.
What a throw.
Kind of Jeff Shane felt like. 1-2, and a breaking ball struck him out, so the quad stealing gets the West out of the inning. We're through 6 in the 2017 All-Star Game. It's still 2-0 East. Here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Being arrested and charged with a crime is frightening and stressful. It is important to remain silent until you can speak with an attorney who knows how to protect you. At the law offices of Jody Zills Gagne, I take pride in smart and proactive criminal defense. I will guide you through the legal system and diligently pursue the best possible result within the framework of the law to get the charges dismissed, negotiate on your behalf, or fight for you at trial. Before you talk to anyone, call attorney Jody Zills Gagne at 860-582-4495 or go to the ads directory at bristolbeat.com and search keyword Jody, that's Jody with an I, for the law offices of Jody Zills Gagne.
We go to the top of the 7th inning here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. 2-0 East leads the West in the 2017 All-Star Game. A couple changes to tell you about defensively. We'll start out in right field with Mitch Gilmet, the man who won the West vote to get in on the final ballot, which I know Joe next to me, who was very instrumental in getting him elected with what he did online on Twitter to get the vote out.
Our player of the game tonight.
We'll go with that. So Mitch Gilmet takes over in right field on the mound. From Rocky Point, New York, who was to St. Thomas Aquinas, it'll be Frank Moscatiello. 1-1 on the season with a .79 ERA, 8 games, 3 saves, 11 in the third innings. 15 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 8 hits allowed from the Worcester Bravehearts. And I think we have a new catcher as well. Looks like Ricky Smith behind the plate.
Yeah, Ricky Smith from Merrimack College of the Brockton Rocks, the third catcher used tonight for Team West.
And I also believe that, I'm not going to speak too soon, that might be Andre Marrero at third. I don't think so. I think that is still. Well, it might be Marrero. Trying to see. And number ends in a 0. It's possible that Chris Berry moved over there. I think so. Kevin Duty is at second base now, and I think Chris Berry moved to third. Pitch a strike to Philip Clark, 0-1. So I think we have the defensive changes all set.
Philip Clark is listed as a catcher, but playing right field for the East from Franklin, Tennessee, hitting .327 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs for the Sharks.
Pitch high and away, 2-1 on Clark. So those are the changes as far as we can say. Moscatello takes over on the mound. Mitch Guillemette in right. Barry moves from second to third, and Kevin Duty at second base to count 3-1 on Clark.
And Moscatello actually started last year's All-Star game and pitched a scoreless inning.
So 2 straight All-Star games for him in the FCBL. 3-1 in the dirt, so Clark works a walk in his first at-bat. Also, forgot to mention Ricky Smith behind the plate.
Now
So a bunch of defensive changes.
And sorry, Jack Roberts now stepping up to the plate from Williams College, member of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. First appearance of the night. Pinch hitting for Ted Williams, who got a base hit back in the 5th.
And they just picked off the runner at first. So Clark gets the first base and then gets picked off. That was quick. So just like that, the leadoff runner of the 7th is erased. So 1 away.
Jack Roberts, 4th in the FCBL on average, hitting .349 with 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, and 19 runs scored for Martha's Vineyard.
Count 1-1. Now my scorecard's looking pretty ugly.
Right now, yeah, for sure.
It does not look pretty. This is not going to go to the Hall of Fame anytime soon. That one's popped up middle of the infield. That is going to be the third baseman, Barry, making the call on the catch. And there were 2 gone here in the top of the 7th inning.
But no, after this effort, and all the names and the crossing outs and this and that, you know what? I should go to the Hall of Fame. I think it has a place in there.
That'll bring up Joey Pena, who took over at short last inning.
Taking over for Luke Johnson.
Fastball outside corner. Good pitch for Moscatello in the count 0-1.
Joey Pena attending St. Thomas Aquinas from Brooklyn, New York.
0-1 pitch lined right at Kevin Duty, who gets rewarded for playing in this game after the excellent job he did catching the home run derby. That should be mentioned. So we're through 6.5 innings here at Muzzy Field, the 2017 All-Star Game. East still leads the West 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat Bristol's Rock Mix is proud to be the official broadcast station of the Bristol Blues, the city's very own baseball team. So whether you're at the field or away, catch every home game from Muzzy Field by listening to the broadcast at bristolbeat.com or on our free app. This year's winning combination, Bristol Blues Baseball on Bristol's Rock Mix, The Beat.
To the bottom of the 7th inning we go here at Muzzy Field. We'll go through the changes for the East. It looks like it's going to be a lot of them. It looks like the new pitcher is David Bates from Vanderbilt. A lot of Vanderbilt. The freshman. You don't have to go far to go to Vanderbilt. 2-1 on the season for the Sharks. 1.84 striking after an innings pitched with 35. 17 walks are a bit high.
Time Again, if you're just joining us on a broadcast, usually in the 7th or 8th inning, we give 18th. The first one is New York Ray is 5-5 on the season with an ERA since June 27th with a streak 2. The former Twin Angel and Tiger had over 24 homes, a 5-time All-Star, and won 1 through 2000. Baseball offer with the Milwaukee Braves. The 9-time All-Star, one the member of the St. Louis Cardinals. His playing days ended, is best known for winning as their manager. The East are hanging on to a 2-0 lead over the West in the 6th annual FCBL All-Star Game at historic Muzzy Field.
So, defensive changes are perplexing us here. Philip Clark's behind the plate. Julian Berry, I guess, is back in right field. Look, thought he came out of the game. Maybe he moved around the outfield. Maybe he moved to left. We said Bates is the new pitcher. Pitches outside 1-0 to Chris Berry, who's 0 for 2 so far tonight. New first baseman is Ryan Sullivan. Now, he came into this game as the DH, fastball high 2-0. So do they now lose the DH?
Your guess is as good as mine.
We've seen some odd things in this one so far. Count 2-0 on Berry. Breaking ball strike 2-1.
But we do know on deck is Bristol Blues outfielder Mitch Gilmet, who will make his first appearance tonight at the plate.
Hit on the ground to first. Big hop. We've seen that all season. Nicely played there by Sullivan. Gets the out on the flip to first, so one away in the bottom of the 7th. And as Mark said, that'll bring up Mitch Gilmet.
As we've seen how many times this year, so many hops throughout the game at Muzzy. We always see that second base and over there at first base, so it translates even into the All-Star game.
And we got back-to-back Blues here with Chris Davis on deck, who took over in the 6th inning for Trevor Johnson. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the East. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the West.
And again, all 3 hits coming from Blues players. We'll see if this happens here with the next 2 guys coming up.
Righty Bates deals. Fastball way high and away. Goes to the backstop 1-0.
I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening to this game on the beat, watching on YouTube. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hope you all enjoyed the All-Star game so far. 1-0 pitch, and that's hit in the air to deep right field, but that will be caught by Berry for the second out of the 7th inning. And that'll bring up another Blue, Chris Davis, who's had a really good year. The fact that Chris Davis is in this All-Star game after the start that he had to the season is truly remarkable.
We saw early on the struggles at the plate, but now hitting .276 for the Blues, tied with 3 other guys in the stolen base category with 16, 11 doubles, which also leads the team. Overall, very solid player for the Bristol Blues.
First pitch, breaking ball down low, 1-0.
Another Ivy Leaguer from Princeton.
Whose father we've mentioned before, but if everybody around the league doesn't know it, his father is Reese Davis, who we've seen do college sports on ESPN. 0-1 outside, 1-1. And he's definitely proud of his father. We've looked on his Twitter account. He's definitely made known how grateful he is for his dad.
A couple of wheat treats here and there on Twitter.
1-1 the count on Davis. Fastball outside, 2-1. And Davis was very interested in count 3-0, excuse me, on Davis, and helping out his teammates Gonzalez and Maycock during the home run derby.
Yes, he was.
Going out there, giving them water, wiping them down, helping them cool off a bit. 3-0, breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 3-1.
Relaxing the shoulders a little bit.
Doing a little massage.
Yeah.
Maybe after his baseball career, maybe a masseuse. Like Jason appreciated that on his way to a home run derby win. Bates deals, breaking ball in the dirt, ball 4. So now Davis reaches with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Andre Marrero, the outfielder from Quinnipiac University, from the Pittsfield Suns, who took over in left field for Ben Maycock. Now Davis, down 2, maybe not willing to show off the wheels here.
Got a good lead over there at first.
Oh, there he goes anyway. Swing and a miss, and there's not even going to be a throw made. So Chris Davis with a stolen base. He's on second with 2 out. The West still trails by 2.
Marrero, the West Springfield, Massachusetts native, has 4 home runs for the Suns. Looking to go yard here to tie this game up at 2.
Breaking ball swung and a miss. He's quickly down on the count 0-2. On deck is the catcher, Ricky Smith, third catcher used by the West division in this game. 0-2 the count on Marrero. Bates sets at the chest. The 0-2, breaking ball inside 1-2.
And of course, managing the East tonight is manager Tad Skelly. So both managers of first place teams.
West trying to find a way to crawl in back into this one, down only by 2. Bates sets, now deals the 1-2 to Marrero. Inside, just misses in the count 2-2. You know, if they dig this yearbook up in 100 years, they're going to think it's just hieroglyphics on this thing. They're not going to make heads or tails out of this.
Especially the pitchers.
2-2, chase the slider down and away. Strike 3, Marrero down. 7 innings in the books in the 2017 All-Star Game here at Muzzy Field. East leads the West 2-0 as we head to the 8th on the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great day out on the golf course? Join us for the Central Connecticut Chambers of Commerce Golf Tournament taking place Monday, August 7th at Tunxus Country Club in Farmington. This tournament is tons of fun with lots of prizes, great food, free gifts, good company, and some beautiful golfing. Plus the chance to win 5 hole-in-one prizes, including $10,000, 2 Harleys, and 2 brand new cars. Sponsorships, foursomes, and individual golfer opportunities available. Register today at centralconnecticutchambers.org.
We go to the top of the 8th. New pitcher for the West is Joe Simeon from UConn, who plays for the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. A freshman there. He'll take over on the mound.
Wrestling's top indie promotion, Northeast Wrestling, presents Wrestling Under the Stars. This tour comes live to Bristol at historic Muzzy Field on July 28th. This special event will feature WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, Mr. 619, Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Ron Zombie, the patriotic Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Lugursky, and Jack Swagger, We the People. The meet and greet with the stars begins at 4:30. Fees do apply. Tickets start at an amazing price of just $10. You can purchase tickets at northeastwrestling.com, bristolbluestore.com, or in person at the Bristol Blues retail store.
Joe Simeon, 2-1 on the season, 3.64 earned run average in 11 games, 6 saves for the Dirt Dogs, 12 and third innings, 24 strikeouts, 6 walks, 8 hits. He did not give up a run from the start of the season all the way to July 2nd. That was the first time he gave up a run. That was against the Suns, and then in his last appearance on July 15th against the Rocks, well, the Rocks rocked him. 4 earned runs, 5 runs total in an inning, 2 hits, 2 walks. That really inflated his ERA up to 3.64. But his previous 9 appearances before July 2nd did not allow a run. So let's go over because it might be a little confusing, the defensive alignment for the West right now. Out in left field is Andre Marrero. Chris Davis is in center. Mitch Gilmet is in right. Chris Berry is at third. He started the game at second. Jake Frasca started the game. He's still at short. At second base is Kevin Duty. Sean Phelan is at first base, and Ricky Smith behind the plate, and as we said, Simeon on the mound. And due up for the East, it'll be Zach Smith. And he drills that into left field. That is going to be caught. A sliding catch by Andre Marrero out in left field. Someone alert the Bobcats Twitter account. Their Quinnipiac outfielder just made a fantastic play out there on robbing Zach Smith of a hit.
And now Michael Goodrich steps up to the plate for his second at-bat of the night. Struck out back in the 6th.
Two 2-0 game. East leads the West here in the 8th as the pitch goes down on the way. Ball 1 to the backstop.
Will Troy Percival out there with that delivery?
A little bit. One-0 pitch, good fastball, swung on a miss, 1-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the East. The big blow, the 2-run home run off the bat of Joe Silva. That came in the 4th inning. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the West. Swing and a miss at a good breaking ball. Goodrich down the count 1-2.
The difference in this game so far, a 2-run shot.
All 3 hits by the West by Blues players. So it just feels like it's a Blues game. Ben Maycock with 2 and Jake Frasca with 1. Thanks, Joe. He wanted to get his name on the air again. That's what the thing was. He's had a rough day. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Goodrich down swinging. 2 gone here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Aldrich to John,
who popped out to Frasca. That great play we saw back in the 6th.
The right-hander Simeon deals, and that's popped up in the air. Shallow right. Duty heading out from second. Makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning for Simeon. We get to the bottom of the 8th in the All-Star game. East leads the West 2-0 as the West tries to rally in the bottom of the 8th. Here on The Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
The Beat and Bristol Blues Baseball would like to take you and 3 others out to the ball game. Listen to Bristol Blues Baseball home games on The Beat. Throughout the broadcast, Ricky and Mark will give out the Blues player of the game. Then head over to the Beat's website at bristolbeat.com or our Facebook page at Bristol Beat and look for the Blues Enter to Win form. All correct entries have a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming home game at Muzzy Field. Each ticket comes with a first round of snacks on us, The Beat, and Bristol Blues Baseball. Listen for the player of the game to win on The Beat, the official broadcasters of Bristol Blues Baseball.
Bottom of the 8th we go here at Muzzy Field in the 2017 Futures League All-Star game, where the West trails the East 2-0. New pitcher for the East. It'll be the lefty from Martha's Vineyard, Hunter Shepard. He relieves his teammate David Bates, sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina, 4-0 this season. 3.14 ERA, 5 games, all starts. 28 2/3 innings, 28 strikeouts, 11 walks, 22 hits allowed. Usually you don't see a starter come in this late in the game of an all-star game.
Big lefty on the mound, too.
Very tall lefty, 6'3", 200 pounds. Get this. Here's a fun stat for Hunter Shepard. He's pitched in 5 games. Now, he has also appeared in 1 game as a hitter.
Oh, he has.
In his 1 at-bat, he hit a home run.
Of course.
A solo home run.
We've seen that a lot this year, though. A lot of guys who have either pitched a lot or hit a lot made some appearances on the mound. Even if it's 1 appearance, we usually see it.
This will bring up Ricky Smith to lead things off, the number 9 hitter. The catcher's spot, at least that 9 hole, is 0 for 2. Benny had 1 at bat, flat out to right. Beaulieu had 1 at bat, popped up foul to first, and now Smith stands in. Shepard deals, and that's popped up. So the catcher has popped up 3 times, and 3 different catchers. And there's 1 away.
Now stepping up is Kevin Duty. Attending University of Maine from Canton, Massachusetts. Along with Chris Davis, tied for 16 stolen bases in the league.
Fastball high, 1-0. This is Duty's first at-bat. Jack Gethings was the leadoff hitter. Went 0 for 3 as he hits one high in the air. Drifting out in deep left field and running it down is the left fielder Smith for the second out of the 8th.
And Frasca gets a 4th at-bat here. Got a base hit in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd and the 6th, and now is up here. As you now see, this time is called right now. Just a little drink right there for Frasca.
It's like Frasca may have got something caught in his throat, perhaps. Had to go there, looked like he cleared his throat.
Sometimes a lot of bugs around here, too.
Maybe one's slipped in. Now, I see a right-hander warming up in the West bullpen, and my hope is that it's Tommy Curtin.
For the 9th. Even though it's not a lead, let's get him in the game here.
Well, they still have 1 out to play with here in the 8th, so we could get this. Could give him a lead still.
A little 2-out magic.
Outside. Nobody on, bottom of the 8th. Frasca takes down low, 2-0. Frasca and the Blues are used to this. At home, trailing late and staging a rally. Let's see if Frasca can start one with 2 outs. And that's looped to second. Roberts makes the catch, and that will do it. So 1-2-3-8 for Hunter Shepard. Let's take this baby to the 9th. East, West, 2-0. East leads it as we head to the 9th on the Beat the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Bristol Blues present Northeast Wrestling live at Muzzy Field in Bristol, Connecticut on Friday, July 28th. See Rey Mysterio, Big Sexy Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, Jerry Lawler, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Wrecking Ball Ligursky, Ron Zombie, and more. Autograph signing with the stars before the event. Tickets start at only $10, available now at BristolBluesStore.com, NortheastWrestling.com, or at the Stadium box office. See Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash, Jack Swagger, and more live at Muzzy Field in Bristol on Friday, July 28th. Brought to you by Ben & Jerry's of Connecticut.
To the top of the 9th inning we go, and it's time to raise the curtain. Blues fans, you know this one well. It's Tommy Curtin, the right-hander from the Bristol Blues, making an all-star game appearance here in the 9th inning at Muzzy Field. East East leads the West 2-0, so Curtin does not have a lead to protect, but he will try to keep this at 2-0 as the West tries to rally in the bottom of the 9th. Curtin, hometown kid in more than one way, goes to CCSU and is a native of Bristol, Connecticut. So doing double duty as the hometown kid. On the season, 0-1, 1.74 earned run average in 10 games, a league-leading 9 saves. 10 in the 3rd innings, 15 strikeouts, just 2 walks allowed, and 9 hits. He last pitched on July 9th at home against the Sharks. Won an inning, 1 hit, 1 save, and got the save in that game.
Nine saves on the season, which is 1st in the league.
And he's used to pitching here at Muzzy Field. His last 7 appearances on the season have all been here at Muzzy Field. Only 2 road appearances all season long. June 11th against the Bravehearts, got the save, and June 17th against the Mavericks, and got the save.
And he's been great all season, especially here at Muzzy. We've been watching all those games, the back end of the bullpen, all those guys contributing for the Blues this season. We'll see here if Curtin can keep the deficit at 2, and the West to try to come back with 3 outs to go in the 9th. As Philip Clark will lead off for the East here in the 9th.
Clark walked his last time up. Saw him started off in right field, now he's catching. Curtin can look around and notice a lot of familiar faces with Davis in center field, Gilmet in right, and Frasca at short. Frasca's played the whole game. And he's doing the Craig Kimbrell right now. We got a good shot there on YouTube of him with the arm extended out. First pitch, hit on the ground right side. Does it sneak through? It does. Into right field for a base hit. So Clark with a leadoff single here in the 9th inning against Tommy Curtin.
And that was another big hop at second base. Just got past the second baseman. And now Clark reaches as Jack Roberts is up for the East.
Fifth hit of the game for the East, only 8th hit overall in this game. Game dominated by pitching, not unlike last week's MLB All-Star game. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1.
And on deck is North Shore infielder Joey Pena.
Curtin sets at the chest, the 0-1. Hand on the ground up the middle, and that's going to sneak through into center field for a base hit. On his way to third, and being thrown out by a mile is Clark. On his way to second goes Roberts. Clark was caught in between there, rounded second, took a big turn, looked like he was going to stop, and then decided to keep going, and it was thrown out by a mile. But Roberts alertly goes to second behind him, so one out runner at second. And that'll bring up Joey Pena.
Yeah, you saw a little hesitation there by Clark, whether or not he should make that move to third, and also looked a couple times in center field. And when you do that, always sets up for a failure, which did there. Easily out at third, but because of that, Roberts goes to second.
So Roberts with a single goes to second on the throw to third. Clark out 8-5.
He was looking a couple times.
Yeah, if you have to hesitate that much, though, it probably tells you don't go.
Yeah.
1-0 on Pena. Curtin deals. Fastball low, 2-0.
So in one way, not good base running by Clark, but did give Roberts the chance to get into scoring position.
So alert base running by him. 2-0 pitch, low, 3-0. That should be Zach Smith on deck. 3-0 the count on Pena, who lined out to second his last time up. Fastball, high ball, 4. So Curtin walks Pena. That sets up a ground ball double play, though. With runners on first and second, 1 out.
So the guy who hit the home run is now up.
So Joe Silva comes back into the game. I guess we have very lax rules about who comes in and out. So Silva hit the 2-run home run earlier in the game in the 4th inning.
Because we both thought he was taken out, but I guess not.
So the count 1-0. Silva is the difference in this game, as we said, with that 2-run home run to straightaway right field. And Curtin seems to have lost the strike zone. He's thrown 6 straight out of the zone. And the count 2-0.
So runners on first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. East still leading 2-0 over the West.
First and second, 1 out. Curtin trying to keep this deficit at 2. Fastball high and away, 3-0. And he's pitching himself into some trouble here. One more misses the zone. It could be bases loaded.
And the East are trying to win their 3rd straight All-Star game. 2015, 1-4-3, same score last year.
3-0. That's looped in the air. Shallow left. Frasca going back. He makes another over-the-shoulder catch. Thrown back to second. Back safely. What a fantastic catch by Frasca again. This one might have been even more impressive than the other one.
That was. Had to go back there a little bit. Made the catch. Almost got a double play. Couldn't get it just in time, but nice play. Keep at least with the bases loaded. Now we have 2 outs here in the 9th.
That'll bring up Troy Stefanski, another guy who we thought exited the game. He's back in the game. He started the game out in center field. We saw Aldrich Shajon take over for him in the middle innings. Fastball high and away, 1-0.
Very curious. If the West ties the game and it's after 10.
Do we do another home
run derby?
And now we have a trip to the mound here. I don't think this is a pitching change. There's nobody left in the bullpen down the left field line. This might be a check on Frasca. Frasca might have hurt himself diving for that ball out in left field. And one of the umpires just sprinted out of play, and maybe the wind got knocked out of him. He came back and get a bottle of water.
I think that's Keiko giving him a little cup there.
He might have gotten the wind knocked out of him diving for that ball. That was really a fantastic play out in shallow left field. He got something still caught in his throat. Now, Frasca did have something caught in his throat before his at-bat in the 8th inning.
Right.
So it looks like Frasca's okay. He stays in the game. Count 1-0 on Stefanski with runners on first and second. 2 out in the 9th. He's trailing. I keep saying that. He's leading the West. 2-0. I see Tommy Curtin on the mound. I'm assuming
right.
It's a lead. But the West trails the East 2-0.
You don't want to give up that third run right here.
Curtin deals in the dirt 2-0. Struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, and we usually see him dominate an inning. But here the West, or the East, making him work.
He last pitched in a regular season game on July 9th, so almost 10 days ago. Umpire does not give him the call there on a fastball in the inside corner to count 3-0.
And look at our roster for the East. Number 5 is Nick Garland.
Fouled away, swinging on the way on 3-0.
Who was also taken out of the game earlier.
Nick Garland started the game behind the plate, was quickly replaced by Goodrich.
I guess you could just put him back in.
That'd be a cool thing to do in Major League Baseball.
Can you imagine that?
I'm sure Rob Manfred wouldn't like that for pace of play. 3-1 pitch. Hit on the ground off the glove of Curtin. Flips underhand to first, and Curtin gets out of the jam. Deficit still 2. Bottom of the 9th. Do the West have a rally as we head to the bottom of the 9th? We'll see on the other side of this break. They trail the East 2-0 in the 2017 All-Star Game here on the Beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network.
Do you have questions about your retirement? Ameriprise Private Wealth Advisor Christopher Fry can help. With the exclusive Confident Retirement approach, you'll work together to develop a retirement roadmap to get you where you want to go. Call Christopher today at 860-621-5657. His office is located at 100 Queen Street in Southington. The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Go to bristolbeat.com ads directory, keyword retirement.
Bottom of the 9th inning we go. Rally time for the West if they want to try to break this losing streak against the East in FCBL All-Star play. They'll have to do it against the right-hander from the North Shore Navigators, Chris Pinnell, the third member of St. Thomas Aquinas baseball team we've seen in this game. 2-1 on the season, 1.89 ERA in 11 games, has 1 save. 19 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, 7 walks, 11 hits. He last pitched July 16th. That was against the Blues. In the 6-4 loss the Navigators suffered at the hands of the Blues, went an inning and 2/3 in that game, 1 hit and 1 strikeout.
Our next Bristol Blues home broadcast comes up this Friday, July 21st, as they'll take on the Seacoast Mavericks. Game time is scheduled for 7. And just a reminder, if you can't make it over here to Muzzy, catch every home game of the Bristol Blues on the Beat. Bristol's Rock Mix, proud to be the official broadcast station of your Bristol Blues. Bristol Blues baseball on the Beat is truly a winning combination.
For a rally here in the bottom of the 9th, the West sends up some power hitters. Sean Phelan, Zach Tower, and Chris Berry due up. Phelan takes a strike. 0-1 from Pinnell. Phelan hit by a pitch his last time and was caught stealing.
A great throw by Goodrich.
Count 1-1. The righty Pinnell deals. That's popped in the air. Shallow center. DeJong makes the play. 1 away here in the 9th.
And that's huge because now you face Zach Tower, the leader in home runs, with nobody on base, up by 2. So perfect scenario right here. Even if he ever hits a home run, still have the lead.
Chris Berry indeed on deck. So Zach Tower, Jake Braska, and Chris Berry, the only ones who have played the whole game. Foul right side. And the count 0-1. Don't forget, if you're in the Bristol area, step outside to see if you can see some fireworks that'll take place after the game tonight. The last fireworks show at Muzzy Fields, if this one's high and away to the backstop, 1-1. Last fireworks show till August 6th, which is the last day of the season here.
And you know that's going to be a big game. Huge in the division.
Well, we talked about it earlier. That's a tight division. Both divisions are tight. 1-1, and Tower chased that one with an awkward swing, 1-2.
Very dangerous right there. Don't want an injury, especially with his last at-bat. You would think of the game.
Unless there's a rally. Foul that one right side out of play, still 1-2.
But then again, if it's ever tied, if the West ever tie the game here after 10, another home run derby, we could go out there again.
Do we have 2 home run derbies in one night? Can Jason Gonzalez come back in? That's my question. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2.
Overall, great day here with everything beginning at 3 with the Fan Fest, the home run derby, and then this game.
Fantastic afternoon and night here in Bristol as Tower takes one high and away, 3-2.
Well, here you go. If you Tower, get on base for Chris Berry.
3-2. He struck him out. Tower dropped the bat and was trotting down to first, but he gets rung up. And the West division is down to their final out, and that'll bring up Chris Berry.
The last hope for Team West, looking to just get on base in any way here. And you know who's on deck? Mitch Gilmet.
First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, 0-1.
And with the way the Blues hitters have done here tonight, you got to be careful if that scenario does come up.
0-2, breaking ball inside, 1-1. And Berry takes outside, 2-1. Berry on the night is 0 for 3. Flight out to left, has struck out, and is grounded out to first. Purnell deals. Ripped down the right field line. That is a fair ball. That's going to head into the corner. Heading for second, and he is going to make it standing. A 2-out double keeps the game alive and brings the tying run to the plate in the form of Bristol Blue Mitch Gilmet.
There we go. Not done yet. Tying run comes to the plate. Mitch Gilmet, one of the best hitters on the team average-wise for the Bristol Blues. With an opportunity here to keep this game going for Team West.
Runner at second, 2 out, bottom of the ninth. West trailed by 2. Mark just gave Gilmet stats. He is also a native of Bristol, Connecticut, like Tommy Curtin. Also plays with Tommy Curtin at CCSU. On the season, has 1 home run. He has driven home 8. Fouled away left side, 0-1.
Hitting .380. And once again, the reason why he's here is because of the fans who voted him in with that fan vote last week.
Boy, how incredible would it be to see him hit a home run here to tie it in front of the home fans that put him here in the game.
It just put a bow on everything that happened tonight in terms of Bristol Blues players.
0-1, breaking ball in the dirt, 1-1. That double, by the way, by Berry was the first Western Division hit that was not by a member of the Blues.
That's right. Wow.
4 hits for the West tonight, 3 by Blues players. 1-1, swing and a miss, and the West down to their final strike. As Purnell. And the count 1-2.
Now, where do you go here to end the game? Will a fastball, off-speed pitch, make him chase, get that call, third strike?
1-2. Breaking ball loop to third, and that should do it, and that's caught to end the game as the East extends their winning streak in All-Star Game play with a 2-0 win over the West Division. And this one, a 2-run home run, and then dominated by pitching.
Yeah, back that fourth inning, the 2-run shot to right field by Joe Silva from the Brockton Rocks, and just like that, the big hit, the great pitching, which is why the game was low scoring, and a 2-0 victory, as you said, for the East. Well,
We'll go through the numbers. It is 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the East. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the West. The loss goes to Brian Auerbach. He gave up the only 2 runs in the game with a 2-run home run to Silva. The winner for the East, I believe, would be Mike McCaffrey, who pitched in the 3rd inning. So I believe he will get the win. The save goes to Pinnell. All totaled up, 9 pitchers used by the East and 10 pitchers used by the West.
19,
typical All-Star game.
All right, 19 pitchers total. Just look at our scorebook. Look at all the changes, the cross-out.
This is one of these. I'm either going to save this scorebook or burn it, considering I can't read it. But an entertaining day, All-Star game, an entertaining day overall here in Bristol.
Absolutely.
Starting with obviously the fans' best, but of course the start on the field by Jason Gonzalez with the home run derby, and then the entertaining All-Star game moved very quickly, dominated by pitching.
And we'll see what the second half has in store, not only for the Blues, but everyone else in the league. As we talked about before, those divisions very tight, and I think we'll expect the same thing starting on Thursday.
It's going to be a fun sprint to the finish over the last, probably 2.5 weeks or so of the season. Don't forget the season ends August 6th. That's not that far away. So to wrap things up, here at Muzzy Field, right before the fireworks show starts. Our thanks to our on-site producer, Jordan DiUlio, along with Huck Gallagher for the job they did tonight. Fantastic job, by the way, by them, setting up the cameras and everything and getting here early. Fantastic job by them, along with the staff and management of Bristol Blues Baseball for making our broadcast possible. Our next game is Friday against the Seacoast Mavericks at 7 o'clock for the Bristol Blues anyway. Gates open an hour and a half here at Muzzy Field before the start of the game. So that'll be 5:30. If you can't make it to the game, you catch it all right here on the beat, beginning with a pregame show a few minutes before first pitch. On the beat, the Bristol Blues Broadcast Network. So, from all of us here at Muzzy Field, my name is Rick Finaro, alongside my good buddy, as always, Mr. Mark Ferraro. Thank you to everybody all around the league who came in to listen tonight to the 2017 FCBL All-Star Game. Once again, the East beats the West 2-0 to extend their winning streak in All-Star Game play. So for everybody here at historic Muzzy Field, good night, everybody, and have an excellent rest of your Tuesday evening.
Good night, Bristol. We'll see you on Friday.